EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and themselves. Here's the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Dak going to start out going to the air. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 posts, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone. Keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott swinging this out for Pollard. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And they run the option on 2nd down. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Prescott now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Cowboys have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. First down, Prescott. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Prescott to throw it. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Up the middle. Here's Elliott. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They go to Elliott again. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
And some space here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The give is to Elliott. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Third and short yardage. Prescott into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Marr now to add the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize. Put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage. Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 33 yards. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. Marr on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Touchdown. Here's Marr to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
But this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Prescott now from the 50. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott, he lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. When the guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
It's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Final play of the half. Prescott. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
And this is going to be caught. So they get 2 more on the half's final play, and they shave 8 off this deficit as we head to the break. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together, come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
56 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Pollard again. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It was Anthony Barr that time who got in there and made the play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Now Prescott finding Elliott for the catch on the out route. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 8 there on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. A first down carry by Elliott. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, Elliott once more.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Gallup now on the end around.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him,
and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates them because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA and power forward. It's a really difficult task.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 9 yards that time. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Pollard going to try the right side. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 65 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Pollard. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. This is caught. And he's brought down. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Pollard diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for two, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
And he will get into the end zone. So how about that for putting it on the line? They've taken the lead by a point here in the fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Prescott to Schultz there for the Cowboy first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Prescott on first down.
That's Gallup on the slant. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And again, it's Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get...
Then he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well and end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted.
And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, this game has not been short on intrigue, but that's the backbreaker right there, and it's going to put any hope of victory to bed.
Yeah, they knew they needed the touchdown, and when you have that little time remaining, they know they've got no choice except to go for broke, and that they did. But the interception, that means defeat.
82 yards on the ground here for Pollard. This is a first down.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Well, Prescott here to throw. And it's caught.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.